Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's been a minute, child. So I'm finally back on YouTube and I'm so happy to be shooting again. I know I've been gone for too long, like it's been more than a year now, but I'm back and I am very happy and excited to be back because I really want to make something out of my channel. And yeah, so before we get into the video, please comment, like and subscribe. I would really appreciate that. Thank you. So for the first time ever, I am shooting at home, and that's why I have this bunch of minions that are making noise outside. But anyway, let's get into the video. So today's video was inspired by Mpumili Dwaba. Oh yes, Mpumili Dwaba. I hope I'm saying her name correctly. I just recently discovered her channel, and I was watching one of her videos where she was sharing how dating young almost ruined her life, and I felt like it's something that I relate to in a whole different context, but I relate to it so much. So I also felt like doing such a video and tell you guys about how dating young almost ruined my life. Guys, I know girl, what are you talking about, because you are still young and you're still dating. I'm currently 22, by the way, which is not that old, but right now I think I have a better judgment of everything. Like when it comes to everything, I just have better judgment, which was absent when I was 16. So okay guys, what had happened was when I finished school, like I did my matric when I was 17. Yes, I was 17 years old, and I happened to meet this guy. I've spoke about him on my channel before, like in another story time, but I'm not gonna name him because I've had an instance where this guy actually confronted me, said you're talking about me on my channel. But anyway, yeah, I am still gonna talk about this situation because I believe it's my story to tell, and who knows, maybe I might as well help someone ongahle ahlangabezane nesimo esikanje, who knows. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do the video, and I'd like to do a disclaimer. I'm not doing this video because I am looking for sympathy. I am really just fine and I have healed. This thing is not an opener anymore. So you know what they say, the scar will always be there even though it doesn't hurt anymore. Also, I look cute. By the way, I also want to put it out there that I am very content and happy with how my life is turning out and how everything is just unfolding and how I am improving myself as an individual, like at all times. And I believe in God so much, so I believe that I am divinely protected and guided. So with everything that has happened, I have healed, and I was also thinking of making a video sharing how I actually got over this situation and how I managed to heal myself and all of that. So let me know if you guys are interested in that. I don't know which little girl is watching this video, or I don't know who is watching and can actually relate to this, but when I was 16, yes, I was still 16, I was about to turn 17, and I met a boy and we became so close. I don't want to disclose too many details because I want to get to the point of this video. So I was madly in love with this guy, and I should mention that I was 16. This guy was in his 20s. Yeah, he was in his 20s, and I was in high school. He was long done with schooling, and yeah. So what I really loved about him was the fact that he was always calm and collected. Like, he was loving and he was just matured when it comes to like every situation, because we became friends first, then we dated. And I should mention that there's something fishy about the way he lured me to falling in love with him. I don't blame him, like, cause I also played a part in it, right? Yeah, but anyway, it all started with him. I could say that he was very manipulative, because we became friends, right? And we would talk on a daily basis, like every day, from the time I woke up until it was time for me to go to bed. Like, I'd be speaking to him. So when I was still trying to get to know him, right, I never realized how this guy was always a victim of circumstances. Like, everything about him, like, I have to feel sorry for him. Like, I was feeling sorry for him, I won't lie. And in my head, I was thinking, oh shame, this poor guy, he's a victim of this circumstance, he's a victim of this circumstance, and he's just like innocent, he's a sweet angel and all of that. But right now, because I have better judgment, which was absent like 4 or 5 years ago, now I'm fully aware that this guy was very manipulative. So I rejected him at first, simply because I was afraid that he's old, like he was old. And also when I was a child, like growing up, I didn't have too much freedom here at home. I was always indoors. I have to account for each and every movement that I'll be making. So for me, dating out of school was not an option, you know. But so that's why I rejected him, because I was afraid that I'll never get the time and all of that. And I was mostly afraid that he's old, yabo. Then he went on and dated my friend. That's a story for another day. I don't know whether he did that to hurt me or something, I don't know. But yeah, he dated my friend. And then young and naive me dated him. Well, after his relationship with my friend, because it didn't work out, then him and I started dating. I was still in high school. So here comes the real tea. So obviously I turned 17, finished my matric, and yeah, if you've watched my other video where I was telling you guys about the time when I was hired to scam people, you would know that when I finished matric, I went to Joburg to visit my great grandmother. And it happened that I found a learnership there while I was visiting, and I actually had to stay, you know, because I have found something to do for the rest of the year, because I was actually going to take a gap year there. So now that I've found something to do, I decided to stay. So I want you to know that when you are little and you're dating someone who's old, I'm not saying dating people who are older than you is wrong. No, it's not. But when you are young, when you're a teenager, just know that person is in control of the relationship. It might not occur to you that the person is in control of everything, because you're just young and naive. I'm not saying teenagers cannot make I'm not saying teenagers are unable to make great informed decisions, but you should really be careful when you, like, on your dating choices, because that person, if you are 15, 16, 17 and you're dating someone who is in his 20s, in his late 20s, just know that person is in full control of the relationship, and you are still young, man. the time for relationships, for serious relationships, will come. And I do advise that you start talking to your parents about sexuality. You start talking to your parents about dating and all of that. Mina, I would say that I never shared anything with my parents because I don't know why, but growing up, like, I used to hide my stuff. You know how all the parents are when it comes to such things. So I really do advise that you speak to your parents, speak to your older siblings, speak to your cousins, all the cousins about it, so that they can guide you, because you really need to be guided. I'm not saying that all relationships will turn out like mine did, but just talk to somebody about it. So now that I'm in Joburg, right, this guy started following me, which I did not read much into it at that time, because I actually thought, oh, this is sweet, so he's gonna follow, like, it. I didn't even think that he was following me, because it all started with him going to Joburg for a visit. He went to visit his relatives, yeah, and then he permanently moved there. I don't know if you guys know what I'm saying. He said he's visiting, but then he moved there and he stayed there, and I thought that was sweet, because like, he's following me. Okay, at that time I did not think he was following me. I just thought, you know, so he actually wants to move closer to me so that we can keep the relationship afloat, you know. So yeah, Nami, I began to think that like, you see that thing, Yoguti, okay, so Langzoya Corner, he will go and we're just gonna live our life together, we're gonna build our life together. First of all, I was not in any position of building a life with anybody at that time, because I was a teenager. Yes, like, these things work out for other people, but it wasn't gonna work out. Leah, it wasn't gonna work out, trust and believe me. With him following me, a lot of things went south for him, like, in his life. I think he also felt like he was entitled to me, to having me, G. Like, yabo, he was feeling entitled to having me, to having all of my time and all of that. And I was also giving in. And I'd like to believe, Gusi, had that happened, like, I wouldn't have allowed it. I'd like to mention that I have suffered a lot of emotional and physical abuse in that relationship during that time. Like, when I was still in school, we didn't have much time to spend together. I didn't see him as much compared to when I was actually in Joburg and I had like time on my hands and I was not in my parents' house. So yabo, I would make time for him and all of that. And I would like to not talk about the physical abuse for today. That's a story for another day. Let me know if you guys are interested in that, because I feel like I've healed and there's absolutely no need for me to cover any hurt anymore, because I don't feel hurt anymore. I have grown from the situation, and yeah. So then I would stick more into the emotional abuse of everything. So, and the way I was manipulated, guys, you are. So it all started then. This guy, like, at that time, I wanted to, I wanted to start taking my Christian life seriously. So I used to attend church, and I was fortunate enough, I have cousins. I was living with cousins who are interested in church too. So we'd go to church like every Sunday, and he started suggesting that I must go visit him in his church. And I was just I told him, good mina, I'm fine in the church that I'm attending. I actually like it, you know. And then he came for a visit. He came for a visit at my church. There were a couple goals, you know, but he told me that, yeah, boy, he doesn't like the church. He doesn't like it. He thinks his church is better than mine, blah 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 blah. Yeah, boy. I told him, good to know, this is where I'm staying for now. I'm good. Please note that he said he doesn't like the church, but he kept on coming, like, without an invitation anymore. Like, he started coming to my church like every Sunday. Where lang corner or corner, like, yabo. And we encountered a lot of problems with that. In cases where there was a miscommunication, maybe I said, I'm not going to church today. Like, he's gonna wonder, uzobukuphi with who, yabo nje. It would be a very big deal. So I had to force circumstances and actually go there. And the people around me always knew something is not right about this guy, which I didn't know, and I only discovered they always knew when I actually told them that we broke up and stuff. They all, like, one of my cousins just openly said, yo Aishim, I always knew there was something fishy about that guy. Like, we talk about it, but yabo, we were in no position of telling you. Yeah, they are not older than me. I think it's only one of them. We're actually four grown girls in the yard. Only one of them was older than me. The other two, one is my age, one is younger than me. So yeah, I think that's why they didn't feel like they were in a better position to tell me what to do at that time. Cause honey, I was doing everything. I was everywhere with my boo. Also, regarding the leadership thingy, so I used to attend classes in some municipal, or if you're from Katlehong, where there are these municipal offices. What's the name of that place? I've forgotten, but yeah, they are municipal offices there. Oh, I've forgotten the place, forgive me. Yeah, that's why I used to attend my classes. Recording here at home is unusual. I just had to beg my daughter to give me some privacy. Anyway, let me watch. Where I used to attend my classes was very much close to where he stayed. So it all started with me telling him, Yabogoti, I'm done with my classes. So he would come, or sometimes I would go to his place. When everything was still new, I'd tell him he'd come and he would accompany me, because our relationship wasn't sexual yet. So yeah, that's another part that I want to get to. How did the relationship become a sexual one? So Mina, at that time, I didn't want to have sex. Like, I wasn't interested in that. I always told myself, okay, eventually when the time is right, like, I'll do it with the right person. Like, if I feel like, yeah, it's time, I'll just do it. Because yeah. So how our relationship became a sexual one, it all started, we used to meet like on the street all the time, with kiss and you know. And yeah, so I guess for him, because he was old, he has dated people before and he has slept with them, which is not a bad thing, but it was a bad thing. He's also targeting me for that. So okay, never mind. So yeah, this guy started introducing the topic to me about we should have sex, and I told him no, I can't, for this and that reasons. I don't want to have regrets and all of that. But he was so gentle about it. And then I also gave in. I was like, okay, fine. And I had to convince myself, it's okay, I have to do this in order to save my relationship. Guys, don't let anyone tell you you have to save the relationship by sleeping with them, because there is no such a thing. And if someone says that to you, just talk to an adult, talk to your older siblings, talk to your cousins, and surely they will tell you, no, you shouldn't do not engage in any sexual activity that you don't want to. I mean, like, if you don't want to do it, don't do it, period. So the reason why I gave in was because, like, I was so tired of saying no. Like, he eventually convinced me that adult relationships, because I also believed I was an adult at that time, which I wasn't. It was 2017 and I was 18. I was 18 already. Yeah, guys. So he listened to what I said to this guy. I said to him, it was around March. Yeah, it was around March. My birthday is in April. So I told him, okay, let's just wait for me to turn 18. At least then I'd be at peace within myself. Yeah, but he said, like, he kept on insisting, mind you, it's March, it's almost April, but he kept on insisting, kept on insisting, until I gave in, because I believe it could save my relationship. Yeah, so I finally gave in. I gave him consent and it went down. It actually took 3 days for the whole thing to be done, because I wasn't into it. I was constantly begging myself, okay, we should just do it, just let it pass, just give it to him. That type of stuff, don't ever do it, child, because it's really not worth it. Yeah, but it wasn't forced, because I gave him consent, and yeah, which was very wrong of me. But also, if you're dating someone who's way too old than you and you're just young, like, that person is in control of the relationship, whether you know it or you don't. They're just in control. Then our relationship became a sexual one, obviously, and a lot happened with him following me around, with him going everywhere that I go. So when it all started, like, I used to text him when I go out of school, and he would come and accompany me home. It went from that to me going to his place, then after, when it's becoming late, he would take me home. And then it went from that to him just arriving on his own at my school. Like, he knew exactly the time. So there was this one day I got out of the class. Like, it wasn't all the time where I'd go out and go see him, because I used to attend schools on Mondays, and I would have been with him on a Sunday. So yeah, but on Monday I just go to school and go home. And there was this guy that I used to be in class with. Like, he was the only person. So, like, I used to walk with him. So there was this one specific Monday. We get out of class. Like, obviously it's spanini. So we went out of class, and then we were all walking together. So when we're by the gate, like, everyone will take a different path, because we don't live in the same place. Like, so I am walking with the person that I usually walk with, and it was nothing more than that, except for Wusiabo. He used to live Ngasekaya. In the morning we'd catch a taxi together, in the afternoon we'd walk, because it was a walking distance. So when we get out of the gate, I see him. I see him, guys. I'm sorry, I'm so sorry for changing my sitting positions. It's just getting uncomfortable for me because I'm sitting on the floor. So guys, I see him, like, you know, Uti. Oh, and I said to the guy, oh, here's my boyfriend, so I'm gonna walk with him today. And he was like, oh, all right, sharp. And then I went to him. Was this guy not angry? Was this guy not angry? He was busy shouting at me in front of everyone that you see, other girls are walking with girls like when Anje, it's just you alone who decided to walk with a boy. Yeah, yada 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 yada. Like, do you guys get it, Uti? I'm not supposed to be with other people. Like, I have to do everything with him, like, and him alone, especially people of the opposite gender. There is no way you'd go to a school and not get to engage with people of the opposite gender, because you are doing the same thing, you are given projects and stuff. So all of that was a problem for him. I had to account for everything. I was always in trouble with everything, which is not healthy, like, which is not healthy at all. And guys, when it comes to church, me in La I used to go as a visitor, like, all the time. And we were fighting at that time. I don't know what we were fighting for, but he came to church. I didn't know Utiabo he was coming. And the funny thing is, he didn't stop, like, saying that church bores him and all of that, but he would just show up. And then there was this one time I didn't even see that he came. And you know, in church, when they say those who would like to accept God as their Lord and Savior must come in front, and those who want to like in the church should come in front. Guess who went in front? This guy went in front and did all of that. When the pastor says, repeat after me, you know, all those things that they say, he went there. Was Nigela in the church, the same church that bores him, the same church that he's against, whatever. And like, that was very shocking to me. But yeah, it happened, and I stayed there for a year. So like, within the year, a lot happened. And then the following year I came back home, and I stayed home for the whole year. Yeah, so I stayed at home for the whole year of 2018. And guys, I've always been interested in school, right, into furthering my studies. So in 2019 I finally got the chance to study my to further my studies in Durban. And I kid you not, guys, this guy tried to make ways of following me there too. So it didn't happen. But like, he was controlling, and there was a lot of emotional abuse, because now we're in a very long distance type of thing. And I think he was very insecure about himself, very insecure about everything, very insecure. I am finally away from him, so that didn't stop him though from being controlling, because this guy would try and control me over the phone. And that's where I actually started seeing everything for what it is. And Yo guys, the way things escalated, like things escalated to things that I never thought would happen, and which led to our breakup. But I told you guys, good, I'll tell you guys the whole story of the abuse and everything, if you guys are interested in that. But the message that I wanted to convey, which when you are young, you are in no position of dating people who are way older than you, and yonke into nje ihambe kahle. Hi Zalan, just kidding, don't do it. Yeah, and like I'm currently happy with how my life is unfolding. I'm happy with the direction that it's going, and yeah. But the message that I wanted to convey is that if you are young, just know, Guti, if you are young, you're a teenager, you have no business into dating people who are way too older than you, because they are in control of the relationship. There's a reason why they're targeting you. I'm not saying abekabatala who have genuine intentions, but also just know, Guti, be like, okay, do not copy my dating choices. I chose to date someone who's way older than me. But one thing you should take out of this story is the fact that the only thing you should be focusing on is improving your life, is furthering your studies when you get the chance to. Please look for the chance. Don't just sit, because it's not gonna come to you. Do everything that you have to do to improve your life. Do everything that you have to do to make yourself a better person in the future. You know what I'm saying? Because I've always made it clear that I want to go to school, I want to get an education, I want a better life for myself. And being in that relationship never stopped me from doing that. Hence why this guy has always been trying to follow me in every city that I go. I'm so happy because I behaved like a man in this situation, because with social media, I'm sorry guys. I was saying I behaved like a man because with social media they always say that men will never stop chasing their dreams just because of a relationship. So that's how I did it. That relationship didn't stop me. There was a point in my life where I was so certain, Vele, I'm gonna marry this guy, he's my soulmate, he's my whatever. But yeah, that was not the case, and I'm just glad and I'm thankful to God. I've always been working on my papers, because now I'm almost done with school. I don't know with him. I'm just glad I didn't stop just because he would have wanted me to stop. Yeah, and my advice today would be, get a large life. It should be large to an extent that even if a guy doesn't fit into it in the future, you might be with a guy now, but get a large life, to an extent if he doesn't, your life doesn't involve him in the future, you can still live your life happily even. And yeah, that was it for today, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please do tell me if I should make the other 2 videos of a story time of how the abuse actually happened, the reasons, a full detailed story, and the other one of me telling you guys how I actually made it out, how I healed, how I have continued like how I've managed to continue with my life, living my life happily. And yeah, I would love to share that with you guys, but also tell me if you would like for me to share that with you. Also, I want to mention abusive people will manipulate you into thinking without them, or you're just not good enough in anything. They will also manipulate you into thinking that anything that is not approved by them, whether that thing is for improving your life or it's for the better good of yourself, they'll manipulate you into thinking it's not right. If you're not beautiful enough, and this person went as far as saying, I think I'm beautiful, I think I'm this, I think I'm that. So like it obviously is painful when you hear such a thing. Like it just brings you down, but yeah, it took me some strength to just grow from that and learn Gutsimina. I'm gorgeous. Let's not even talk about it, but yeah. And also I know what I can do, anything that I put my mind into, and I don't have to dedicate my life into it. I don't have to dedicate my life to anyone but myself, because like in Pilam Lena, I'm the one who's going to live it forever, and I actually have to do everything it takes for me to get my life where I want it to be. I feel like I'm rambling now. So that was it from your girl. Please do subscribe, like, and comment on this video. I would really love to read your comments. Thank you so much for watching.